Hey guys, it's Amy with to Plan, and today we are doing my monthly flip through of my May planners. Okay, so you see my May planner here. This is my Frankenplanner with all of my functional planners in it. So just FYI, I don't ever flip through after the pin spreads for my big work planner just because of sensitive student information. And then I don't flip through my memory book for Sophia just because I do a full year flip through of the memory book. And so it's also like my decorative planner too, so that one just I think deserves more attention, its own video pretty much. So today's video is pretty much all of the other planners that I use, and so you'll see me flip through 6 planners, and these planners are split up into this one single Frankenplanner with the sections in here. I actually have 8 sections in here, and you'll see that as I flip through, but I'm really only gonna be like showing you like 5 big sections and a 6th section that just has like literally 1 page. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. So this is the cover that I used for the second half of May. I just liked the colors. I just thought it like gave a nice summer vibe. And so I really like this setup. For the first half of May, I was using the Sophisticated Florals, the Let Go and Grow cover. And I'll go back to that probably in 2022. But for right now, I've got this set up for summer and I love it. And then again, first section here. This first section is always my designated section for work in case I need to take any notes. And so for right now, because I'm not actually using this section for work, what I do have in here is pretty much like the yearly overview, like the beginning pages of the Sophisticated Florals planner. And this is what the title page actually looks like. Oh, sorry, that's not the title page. It looks like this, and it has the Let Go and Grow cover. And what I do is just make note of like future events. I do write it in pencil, and so I just kind of use it to track all of those big events that are not happening in a specific month, just so I have some place to write it all down. So it has holidays, big events, that kind of thing. So that's pretty much it. I do have it for 2021 and the rest of 2022. And then I just have like random other pages in here. Like this is actually like just random pages from like different planners that I have stored in here. I really shouldn't have it in here, but it's in there anyway. So that's what I've got in this first section. Again, this section is for work. I just don't use it for work. So then what I have is going to be my section for my personal planner. And so what I've got here is basically these at a glance pages that I've been using for most of 2021. It's an at a glance daily calendar that I cut down, like I trimmed the bottom off so that way it would fit in here as a kind of a mini size. I put it in here just so I can flip through it all at one time, but it does normally sit in my like a mini setup that I've got going on. And so what we've got here is like on Saturdays and Sundays it shares a spread, so it's the hourly for Saturday, the hourly for Sunday, and then I create these kind of like mini pages to take tasks, and like you'll see as I flip through it, and I'll flip through it fairly quickly, that I pretty much just keep it pretty functional. It's not meant to be like any decorative thing. It's meant to be my planner. And for like Monday through Friday, it gets an hourly side and the task list side, but for Saturday and Sunday, it only gets the hourly. So that's why I have to add my own task list in here. And yeah, it's pretty functional. I decorated like the first couple of days, but then with stickers, but then after that, it's pretty much just pen to paper. And May was actually a very busy month for me. And so it's just mostly just me writing out these things. I love using an hourly layout, and having this like 2 pages for each day kind of layout. So that's worked out really well for me for most of this year so far. Okay, I think you get the idea. I'll flip through all of the pages just so you can see them all. I mean, I did use it for the entire year. This is a dashboard from Jane's agenda that I just stuck in here. And there's like sticky notes and just things crossed out, and you know, my handwriting's still pretty neat, but it's like sticky notes and all sorts of other things, right? And that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's my catch-all. And again, like this is like completely functional in terms of like, I mean, it's very little in terms of stickers. So my third section is my budget section. And again, I'm gonna flip through this fairly quickly. I just have like messy notes to myself. There's actually nothing on the back here. So it's just messy notes to myself. And then it goes into like my bills and my cash envelopes. What I do here is just make note of like the total amount I spend at the end of each month. And so for May, these are the dollar amounts that I spent in each of these categories. And then like the detailed breakthrough. This is kind of where I go through and add these numbers that I put at that beginning page. And then for June, I'm flipping through this really quickly. I mean, it's pretty much just my numbers. For June, I am switching to a different section, a different system. And so I transferred a lot of these numbers to the June system already, or the June sheets that I'm using. And so this, I think, will be retired for the time being. But I really love this. These pages, in case you're wondering, came from justagirlandherblog.com. And yeah, and then here's a breakdown of my cash envelopes for the end of May so I could set up for June. All right, so that was budget. This fourth section is wellness. So in wellness, what I use is a wellness layout, and I cut down some scrap paper here just to have like a front cover, and then May 1 and 2 right here. And because I wasn't using Monday through Friday, I just covered it up with scrapbook paper. And then again, it just is pretty functional. I use it with like beauty, health related notes here, and then like food log, exercise, and it ended up not even being exercise. It's like piano practice, which kind of is hand exercise. I don't know. And then like my gratitude journaling. And then here I switched it up. This is gratitude journaling and here's my food log. And so I do switch it up every once in a while, but whatever works for you. And I actually liked having the food log here just because it stayed straighter and I didn't have to draw in lines. And I ended on the 30th. I know May has 31 days, but Memorial Day was the 31st, so I just didn't really bother with tracking food for a holiday. All right, then the next section is my birthday memory book. And if you followed along with some of these videos, you know that I did attempt to keep a birthday, like actual like a memory book, like a planner for it. But it was just becoming overwhelming to try to do so many decorative planners, like so many being 2. So I only have the one decorative planner, which is Sophea's memory book, and then everything else is functional. And so I decided to go ahead and convert to my memory book to a functional planner as well. And literally what it is I'm using these like year at a glance pages, and I'm tracking like different events that I have going on. Like I know this is kind of in the way so you can't really see, but these are some of the things that I'm tracking here. It's mostly reading. And so I did a really bad job in May. I really didn't do anything in May. It was mostly just wrapping up the semester and just kind of like decompressing from the semester and getting ready for a new semester to start for me in June. So probably June will also be fairly light in terms of like birthday related bucket list items. So that's what I'm doing for my birthday. And again, literally like one page. So I did mention that earlier. And then the sixth section is the section where if I need to, I will transfer Sophea's memory book in here, and kind of like store the pages so I can carry one planner with me everywhere. But since this was getting kind of full, I went ahead and moved her pages back to her book, and I don't flip through it anyway. So that is housed in its separate little system. So that's this sixth section. The seventh section is always my social media planner. And so what I have for social media is basically, again, like fairly functional. I track Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, any destashes, buy, sell, trade destashes that I do, and then just miscellaneous notes about planner related stuff. I also post in all of my like planner therapy pages that I create for YouTube. So you'll see like the weekly page, then like the planner therapy pages, which look like this. Then it'll go back to the weekly pages. And what I do is basically just do this page and then tape the pages that I use for planner therapy in between. So I just basically use these pages as one-sided sheets. And so I did miss a week of planner therapy. So you'll see that I basically flipped through. Oh, I missed this week, the 28th. So I guess you wouldn't be able to even tell, but that's pretty much it. So again, fairly functional. And again, I just skipped the 31st. And then last section is my faith section. In this section, what I have are like my notes, sermon notes, things like that. And so I went ahead and used this page just because I had like a random like hello page from a faith planner. So I went ahead and stuck this in there. I thought that was really cute. And then what I have here are like these pages that I was trying to kind of like do journaling, or like just writing out verses, key verses, things like that. So I did it one day, literally. And then I took some random notes on like this page Sophea colored, and I just wrote on top of that. And then I got a thank you card from church, so that's in there. And then here's an actual sermon like insert that we get at church. And I went ahead and just wanted to show you that I do get these at church every Sunday, and so I take notes on the back of it. I covered up all the sensitive information, and so I have that. I do have it for like all the other weeks in May too. I just only left this one in here just for the flip through, and then this was for Mother's Day. It's kind of a rationale for the Mother's Day gift that the art church gave to us for that Mother's Day, and I thought it was a really good kind of thing in here to just kind of punch and remember that. And so I just kind of punched it in here and put in that in there, and that's pretty much it. That's the entire setup. Now, these flip throughs are, I gotta tell you, my favorite things. I love seeing how people plan and what their planners look like after the fact. And I think that you all really love looking at these too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, bye guys.